because we've already paid for it with our subsidies. Are you insane? Come on! Here's Donald Trump's new director of the Offices of Management and Budget on his feelings about everyone who works for him.
We want the bureaucrats to be traumatically affected. We want, when they wake up in the morning, we want them to not want to go to work.
Mission accomplished. DOGE.
Yes, the freak out is on another level. Libras are melting down after Elon Musk sent out a message to federal workers to be accountable. They should be able to tell him what they did for the past weeks. Libras don't take this lightly. I don't know why they're doing this. First, take a look at this video.
Well, we're about a month in, and Elonia still doesn't understand how chain of command works. It is Saturday, and government employees are receiving an email from hr@opm.gov. Let me show you. As a federal employee, I just want to remind everybody that I do not report to OPM. I report to my supervisor, who reports to their supervisor, who reports to our HR, who reports to a lot of other people, but I do not report to OPM. As you can see, it says, please reply to this email with approximately 5 bullets of what you accomplished last week and CC your manager. Please do not send any classified information. Deadline is this Monday at 11:59 p.m. Elonia also tweeted and said that if we don't respond by the deadline, that it will count as our resignation. But the deadline said this coming Monday. It didn't even have a date listed. They keep sending these emails on Saturdays and then saying that we miss the emails because we're lazy. But I don't think that these people understand that government employees get paid to take home their laptop and work on the weekends. So that would be more taxpayer dollars going to waste. Nowhere in this email does it state that I will be terminated if I miss this deadline. Nowhere in this email does it state that I even have to open the email. So I will be reporting this email as phishing until my manager tells me otherwise. These people seem to think that they can operate outside of the law, outside of employment law, outside of just judiciary processes. So yeah, I don't know. Join your union, organize, talk to people in real life, find people that have similar values to you.
Yes, President Trump says anyone who doesn't respond to Elon Musk's email will be fired. So by asking the question, tell us what you did this week, what Elon is doing. It's saying, are you actually working? If you don't answer, you are fired. Libras are freaking out for about 4 days about this. I don't get the point why they can't even be accountable to what they're doing, because I believe if you are actually working, this is a normal thing to tell me, this is what I did. This is, very simple as that. I don't know why this is controversial. Some says they are taking us back into 1960. I don't understand. They should clearly tell you how these people operate, because being accountable to what you are doing should be a normal thing, not a controversial issue.
Abusive of federal workers, and it is just plain wrong.
And it's random.
It's abusive.
It's random.
It's abusive.
Yes,
to get an email?
I do. I do think that. I think the way that they are. Yeah, I think the way that they are treating them.
Why? How is this abusive?
Scott, have you ever gotten an email from someone that said, you better do this or else you're going to resign?
Yeah, it's called having a boss in the private sector.
From someone who's not your boss?
Well, the White House is every federal worker's boss. That's number one.
Elon Musk is not anybody's boss.
Scott, how is Elon going to evaluate? I mean, how is he going to evaluate the work of thousands of federal employees when he has no idea what they do?
He's not. The test was, are you even paying attention to your email? Are you even at your terminal?
Some federal workers, he sent it on a weekend. Some federal workers do not have access to their emails on the weekends. They just don't.
Did they go to work today? I mean, look, the amount of outrage, melting down, and sort of outpouring of emotion over this ought to tell you everything you need to know. We had a lady on CNN today, a supposed federal worker, who said she was infuriated by getting this email. She had time to go on CNN, but she didn't have time to send a 30-second email saying, well, here's what I was working on last week. This is what people in the private sector have come to hate about how they view the public sector. And I think there's a great many very dedicated public servants. But you said, it's about control. Yes, it's about control, and it's about finding out who is actually at their job working and who isn't, and do we need all these people?
That is not all. The main prayer point for Democrat is that the Trump administration should fall. They should start going after each other. This guy predicted this the other day. I had to laugh all through because they are not God.
This is what I believe. I believe that this administration, in less than 30 days, in the midst of a massive collapse, in particularly a collapse in public opinion. Della Volpe at Harvard, who's very good. I used to think, once I saw a Harvard youth poll, I discounted it. I've come to say it's a pretty damn good poll. Pretty good guy. He's gone from 53 approval to under 30 to 39. That's a collapse. And all we need to do, the analogy I use, is Pickett is 500 yards from the stone wall. Hold your fire. It's going to be easy pickings here in 6 weeks. Just lay back.
I believe you've seen this insane man. He put this video on this interview. I watched all the interviews. What I saw was just craziness all through. This is their prayers. At first, they struggled to cause problems between Elon Musk and Trump. It didn't work out. They continue to spin, Elon is now the president. After that, they abandoned it, came to DOGE. DOGE has not sent any fraud. DOGE has not sent this. They are struggling to do this. Every single day, they are changing strategies. It is high time they realize that this is not working out. And stop all this craziness.
So Elon Musk once again sent federal workers and their media supporters into a tailspin this weekend by sending out via the DOGE team an email saying, please name 5 things that you've worked on this week. And it was not well received, I think it's fair to say. Cue 10,000 articles about how inappropriate he is and what an offense this was. I'll give you just one example. New York Democratic Senator Andy Kim. To our public servants, I'm sorry you're being threatened. You deserve so much better. I remember how proud I was when I first swore my oath as a civil servant, honor of a lifetime. Remember why you chose to serve. Stay strong. I and many others will be right by your side. Somebody on X responded, don't you think you're being a little bit dramatic? I could easily respond to this email from my employer. I actually do go to my job and work. They're freaked out that his email was, what did you do last week? And he told them to summarize their accomplishments. On X, he said failure to respond would be taken as a resignation. He did not say that in the actual email, but I'm not sure I'm so sorry for your loss. The honor of your job having been removed, Victor?
Yeah, I don't think there's any way to enforce it, but I think he wanted to draw attention to how outraged they would get and then contrast it with what everybody puts up with every day. Even at a think tank where I work, when I heard this, almost simultaneously, I got an email and it said, this is time for your annual review, Victor. Would you please list all the things that you have done and for the entire year, day by day? And we do that every year. Everybody does that. And sometimes they do it by the month, sometimes they do it by the week. But the idea that you don't have to do that. So when they got this outrage, I think it's sort of trolling them. And
the truth is just that the Trump administrations know how to pick up Democrat. In fact, they know how to change their mood every single time. When Trump tweeted this, Elon Musk put this out. The freak out start immediately. Without even that one getting finished, they will do another one. They will skip to it. They are just confused every single day. I don't know.
Now, they seem to be facing a backlash. And in and out of D.C., the new White House appointees like Kash Patel and Tulsi Gabbard told federal workers to ignore Elon Musk's demand that employees list what they did at work last week. Like, this is what they need to be doing, because he's curious. and a growing number of voters in Republican districts, which is where the noise needs to be made, are telling their local leaders that this is not what they signed up for. Take a look.
Why is a supposedly conservative party taking such a radical and extremist and sloppy approach to this? You have to do more with less in order to survive.
Elon Musk is there. He will be able to raise questions, and because of his fame and financial success, I think all of a sudden, President Trump has issued a lot of executive orders across the board.
Thank you guys for always being there, sharing out my videos. God bless you abundantly. Please, always share the videos. If you notice clips after this, that is just for the YouTube algorithm.
She was asked this week.
There was a meeting behind closed doors a short time ago between the mayor of Los Angeles, Karen Bass,
departments.
When I talked about it, it's from the city, from the...
I mean, I don't know how many sets she visited, but everybody was like, and you get, when the closer you get to the actual set where the shooting is, and then that red zone.
And he did this little dance, like, I've been talking with these, with the governor of Hawaii about what to do. We got some ideas, speculate, we're going to have some meetings. Like, he's doing this. Oh, show it to him, Jamie. It's so creepy.
Around some land use concerns he has around speculators coming in, buying up properties and the like. So we're already working with our legal teams to move those things forward.
Never in California questioned whether or not we as taxpayers in the largest state in the union should support the people of Louisiana at a time of emergency and need. We never condition it.
These people don't actually care. They're not actually trying to find a solution.
If you don't know, Karen Bass is a goner. She's gone. There's no chance of re-election.
The city will only purchase from vendors that support DEI, said the.
I remember when we had a fire when Trump was president, and he came in and he said, "You don't rake. You're not raking." And I did. We all did jokes about it.
In policy.
The city of the Palisades is burning, and I flew here last night. I was on a plane.
You getting water to areas that need.
He's been trained.
Yeah, and then I think all our tax dollars probably went for Gavin's hair gel.
The Democratic Party has about everything.
The next department that appears to be on the chopping block is the Department of Education. Just earlier today,
tyranny is rising in the White House.
Deserves it. She never should have been on there to begin with.